Hello buddy, I'm Peter Globe, and today I'm making a video on Mont-d'Or from the Big Mom Pirates. Now, for the first aesthetic, like with Mont-d'Or, seems to be, you assume, would be kind of like a Joker type of a character. Because the clown makeup and the more business type suit, well, the bones on his, they're supposed to be symbolizing his insides, and what I can only assume ribs. Although I don't think that in that big around shape area where his stomach is should be shaped like they are. I am wondering about that. Yeah, you also with that kind of aesthetic. But no, Mont-d'Or is actually a bit more different. But you would assume that, would think that when you consider his current types of attacking stuff. Now for starters, the only equipment we have seen him at least wield is a gun. So we can logically deduce that he's always more of a long range attackers. So understanding of observation hockey is probably the thing he has. He might also have a weak version of arm and hockey, like if a regular pirate came and attacked him with a sword, it could be blocked about any slice. But if Sanji came with his normal kick, it will break. Probably that kind of form of arm and hockey. Unbelievable said that he wield neither of the two, and we definitely know he doesn't wield Conquerors. So, but we can assume that since he is the 16th son of the Big Pirates, that he has hockey. No. His main attacking feature when it comes to battles is that fruit, which is the Bukanome. Which, if I understand this exactly, correct me in the comments. He seems to be able to create books, or someone can bring him books, and he can touch them, and then in a form where I alter them. I don't believe it was shown or even stated that either of this, but I can assume it's that level. I'm gonna say it's creating that because a giant prison book. I don't think that could be something that could be made even with his alternating powers. I'm just going to assume that it's, you know, he can create these books. Also, when that rich army, which was he a part of, went first battling Luffy, there were no books, but then suddenly, when he basically before he killed Luffy, there were suddenly books. So, maybe it just wasn't drawn and animated, or maybe he can create them out of nothing. I don't know, really. It's kind of like Twice's quirk where he can make copies. Does he use dirt, or does that just the form they get after they are destroyed? You can't really tell until it's straight up stated. Now, doing his authority on the crew. His authority on the crew seems to be a more higher ranking position. Like, out of all the so far it hasn't been stated, but it's very likely that the way the crew goes is first is Big Mom, then it's Tushen and Katakuri. I can see those to be on the same level of authority. After Katakuri, Smoothie, and then Cracker, then Parasparrow and Compote, and Daifuku and Oven. Maybe the two are a bit higher because Katakuri is such a high rank, but so far it wasn't shown. And then Mont-d'Or. So Mont-d'Or is right after Oven. I can see that, but it's possible there are some other ones. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a Big Mom pirate who just hasn't shown up yet, but he does have more of a authority over most people. Which, considering the fact that he has more authority over all of the Big Mom pirates, I can assume the ministers get a higher, it goes by the ministers also. It kind of states that he has more authority referred to over there in 14th son, which I believe is Moscato, and the 5th son, which is Opera. I believe he's the 19th son, so that's pretty. So he's the younger, and yet he has more authority than those two. No. The way he is basically acts during the story. First, he's a bit of a more panicky mood because the first time we see him is when Big Mom is having a hunger pain and Moscato dies, so yeah, kinda understandable. And then when he finds out Cracker that he was defeated, he's shown that he cares about his family extremely because Cracker was defeated. And when he says, and he states, oh no, there's somebody so powerful. Did Smoothie arrive yet? Or did Smoothie arrive yet? Or something, or some other extremely powerful Big One Pirates? Because I don't believe he's the top when it comes to the top of the Big One Pirates. I would be surprised if there was like, I don't know, Minister of Knife has a Metal Lugia and he can use armor and hockey and he can be and he can like take down Mont-d'Or in a second or something. I wouldn't be surprised. So yeah, it's possible. So yeah, he shows that even if it's someone that's incredibly powerful and loyal, he would immediately go attack. He would immediately go and fight him, even if he can get his ass beaten. Although it was stated in the anime, I don't think it was stated in the manga, that he actually seemed to thought that since Luffy has been battling Cracker all this night, that he would be easier to take down. Which is pretty logical. I mean, Bobbins putting people to sleep, that fruit could be effective. I believe it would be possibly defeat Luffy if Nami didn't show up. But yeah. Now, during the Enraged Army, until he practically wins the entire thing, he doesn't exactly do much. He usually just allows the other Opera's direct brothers to fight him and the cheese soldiers or chess soldiers. So yeah, which is like, seriously, I'm not joking when I say he basically wins the whole thing. I mean, he just sends one of his books, which seemed to be in kind of an artsy book, like, what the fuck, Rook? Because there's like a ton of stuff, like a bunch of colorful snakes, a bunch of shadow like Luffy's that punch and then move around. Then there's a cage in which Amande and Nami is holding a Nami, which is just like, it's either going to be complete nonsense or very vaguely looking like what's actually happening. It just seems way out there. Now, after that domination, here isn't, and a couple of other bullshit that happens in the Whole Cake Chateau, he basically wants to schedule a meeting with Big Mom Pirates. Which is basically like all the high rank common soldiers, the family, and ministers, and I believe a couple of ministers. At there he basically only goes from the nooses. Like just access everything. And the most important part during that meeting was when the part where Opera lied and said he killed the two. He seems to be like, I'm not trusting you, but Opera says, do you not trust me? And then Mont-d'Or says, alright, I will trust you a bit. I mean, I can kind of believe it. I mean, I don't completely believe it, but I can kind of believe it. Plus, he's shown that he does care about at least a bit believe it because, you know, because he didn't like say, call him out or just increase the security. I mean, I know it's possible, but let's just increase it. Now, I believe it's an only anime the next scenes in which Mont-d'Or finds out Bobbin was killed. And he basically said, and then, since the news said that they saw Sanji running through the city, Which is actually a kind of good thing, because you would assume Sanji ran through the city and yet no one saw him. That'd be kind of stupid, so I'm glad they added this in. I wouldn't be surprised if Oda actually wanted to add this in, he just, wasn't able to because he wanted to go through it. So yeah. Those then is very suspicious because he didn't see bodies of the Luffy and Nami, so although he believes Upper enough to not call out saying he's lying, he still wants to kind of believe it. So he goes to visit Sanji, in which we see the most amount of his character. First he shows up to be like, just, wanting to know exactly if he was here. And Sanji basically adds the whole thing, basically saying, I was here. This passenger you signed to me? He says I'm here. No need to do anything. But he's not completely sold because he can kind of believe that the April and soldier would probably be scared, would be threatened if he says anything otherwise or something. So he then later gets a bit more psychotic, which is basically him saying, I killed this Straw Hat and Nami. Or at least the Straw Hat and Nami, those two are dead. I believe this was actually just him trying to see if Sanji is going to snap, because I don't believe he acts so psychotically when he kills people regularly. I think that was just mostly just there to see what will Sanji do. Sanji, of course, since he knows they're alive, he just wants to make a bit more of a face just in case. And he says, I'm the prince, it doesn't matter. No, may I get ready? I mean, we don't want to make your mom upset, do we? I mean, the reason why the way had to take a bit longer because you were questioning me for no fucking reason. Which shown that, shit. Which I believe it's the only way which was I believe the only way they really could put Mont-d'Or in a bigger defeating conversations. Because he was like, oh shit, that's right. Which I kind of think is like with every single Big Mom Pirates family member, that's it. Just say Big Mom something, and they're like, alright, you were good, we're good. Yeah. Then the rest of the island, he's basically just there as a side thing. I don't believe he does anything specific. I don't believe he actually fights with the whole battle between Tea Party. And then after that whole escape thing, he just spends his time reporting to every news, communicating between everyone. I don't know specifically if he was speaking through the books, maybe he can make a book that can communicate with those snails. I know they have a specific name, but I'm forgetting it. Or maybe he was using those snails, another book. Which also, when it comes to his weaknesses, he doesn't seem to be incredibly strong in hand-to-hand physically, and those books, if you send them on fire, they seem to be able to get destroyed easily. I also believe they go a bit faster than regular, so yeah, there's that. Yeah. Also, his devil fruit would be extremely useful. I wouldn't be surprised if someone would be, if there was a part, how everybody was reacting later. Maybe after the Straw Hat Grand Fleet is going to be how every single Big Mom pirate, how every important member of the Big Mom Pirates reacted to this. And then we can see an image of Baron Tomago or Arven or Snack or somebody like that saying, why the fuck weren't you there? If you used your Boka no me and used under Germa, they would be getting the four Germa siblings, they would get paralyzed, they wouldn't know what to do, we could kill them easier, and then, or something like that. That could be one of the things that could happen. So yeah. This is basically Mont-d'Or in generally. Not much to talk about him, if we all being honest. No, I hope you like this video. I hope you're gonna leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos in the future. Sure. And also, I think you're gonna really enjoy the video I'm gonna be doing next. I'm not gonna reveal anything. Let's just say if you wanna watch a bunch of anime women, you can see something. And now, anyways, I can't wait to see you tomorrow. And bye.